Alright, let's continue with the while loop. Okay, while loop is logical control loop. There are two types of while loop. There are post-test and pre-test while loops. Okay, what is loop? Loop is a control structure that causes a statement or statements to repeat. The general format for the while loop is as follows. Okay, sorry. Okay, while followed by the expression. If this expression is true, then the following statement will be executed. This statement can be just a single statement, or it can also be a block of statements. So if you have a few statements to be executed once this condition is true, then you need to put them into a block. This is using curly braces. Okay, how it works. So the expression is being evaluated. If it's true, then the statement here will be executed, and the expression will be evaluated again. And then if it's false, then the loop will finish, will stop. So this statement here would not be executed, but the following statement after it will be executed. So this is the general flow chart for the while loop. So you can see here, while the expression is true, then do this statement, then go back, check the expression again. If it's true again, then we'll do the statement again and go back and check the expression again. This will be looping until this expression is false, then only the loop will be exited. So this is an example of while loop in program 5.3. Let's try. This is just to print out hello for 5 times. So you know how to print out hello, okay, before this. So now we need to do it for 5 times, not like printing it line by line for 5 times, but using the loop for 5 times. Alright, so in order to use loop, you will need to have a counter, which is a value that will increment as the loop iterated. Okay, so we'll use int number equal to 0. Right, then we'll start to use our loop while number is lower than 5. Then cout hello. Okay, but before we can see out hello, after we see out hello, we need to increment the number plus plus. Okay, so what will happen is that number is being initialized as 0, then it will go through this while condition. While number is lower than 5, so number is 0, so it will print out hello, and number will be incremented plus plus, so number will become 1. And then we'll go back and we'll check while again. While number is lower than 5, number is now 1, and this is true, then we'll do this again. It will keep doing it until number is now 5. 5 is lower than 5, which is false, then it will stop. Okay, let's run this. Sorry. Okay, let's just save it somewhere. Loop 2. Where did I stop? So let's run. So you can see now that we have print hello for 5 times. Okay. So this is, as I mentioned earlier, how this is being executed, how it works. So we start off with while the number is lower than 5. It tests this expression. If it is true, then it will do anything inside these curly braces. So it will see out hello, and it will increment number plus plus, and it will go back to while. Okay, if this is true again, and it will go and do this statement again and go back to while until this is false. Right. Okay, this is the flowchart specifically for this problem. You can see here, if number is lower than 5 or equal to 5, if it's true, print hello, and then add 1 to the number, and then only you come back to the expression, and this is a false condition. Okay. This while loop, we also known as while do, is a pre-test loop in which we test the expression prior to doing the statement, executing the statement. So while number lower than 5, so we test this expression first. That is why it's called pre-test loop. Okay, so in this case, okay, in some you need to be cautious on your counters. So if your counters like this variable number, you have to make sure that you have initialized it to a value that will allow this statement to remain true, so that the following this expression remain true, the following statement can be run. For example, in this case, initialize number into 6. Definitely 6 is bigger than 5, so this expression is false, so it will not run. Okay, it will not give you any output because 6 is bigger than 5, right? So definitely this will not be executed. It will just directly terminate the program. Or if you want to see something else, we can just add on another cout here. Cout, I'm done. So let's compile. Yeah, I forgot the semicolon. So if you compile this, you can see that it never goes into this block of statement. It goes directly here because this expression is not true. Okay. The other problem with loops, especially while loops, is infinite loops. So if you are not careful, you can end up with an infinite loop. For example, if you forgot to put your counter plus plus or number plus plus, so if you run this, you get, oops, sorry. Okay, so I have to change this back to 0. Okay, so let's run this. So you have an infinite loop of hello. Okay, this is what is being explained here. Right, the while loop can also be used as input validation. So when you are going to do your assignment, you will need this input validation. So it's worth to understand how this is being done. So one way is when you ask input from the user sees in an input and you check the input whether it's valid or not. For example, you can check where you can ask enter a number, then you can check whether it is a number or not. Okay, so this is one example. One pseudocode: read an item of input. While the input is invalid, display an error message. Read the input again and end the while. Okay, this is one of the example. So let me just print type here. So see out asking a message to your user, enter a number less than 10. Okay. So we just do inline, and once we ask enter, of course we will ask for cin. So now the our number has become our input. So number, while number is more or equal to 10. Sorry. So see out invalid entry. Mini entry and out. Please enter the number less than. And see in number. Right. So in this example, you can notice that we are not using any counter. Okay, we are just using based on the input of user. So because this is just a checking, right? Let's run this. Now we run. Enter a number less than 10. So if I put 2, then I'm done. This is a success case. But if you want to try the loop, you can put something bigger. 45, invalid entry, enter again. 76, invalid entry, enter again. 87, enter again. So as long as you are keying in number bigger than 10, then it will not stop asking you for a new number. So now 10 also cannot. So below that 10, 9, and done. So then the loop stops. Okay, so that's how validation works using while loops. So this is the flow chart. You should always start with read the first value. Is the value invalid? Yeah, and if it's true, if that is invalid, then display an error message and read another value, and the arrow comes back to this expression. Okay, if the value is invalid, if it's no, then it will go and proceed and do the next one, the next statement. This is input validation in program 5.5 of your books. You can see how they use while team players is smaller than min players and team players is larger than max players. So this is a boundary. So if the team player number, the number of the team players is lower than the minimum player, or the team players number is more than the maximum players, then you should have at least how many players. Okay, so you are giving a boundary there for your user. So we can actually do this. Okay, we can actually do this. Okay, we can actually do this by using the boundary. So we have changed the code here to enter number less than 50 but bigger than 10. So anything that is bigger than 50 and lower than 10 would be the boundary. So if I compile and run this, so if I put 4, invalid entry. If I put 55, still invalid entry. So let's say I put 11, so I'm done. So this is the boundary. You can also use you can also use this as n to have a true range, but usually people use or, because either one true, it will return true. Okay, so we'll do this statement to check the boundaries. So usually people use this to check boundaries. Okay, so try it out, and we'll continue with the next session on counters.